Okay, wait a minute, Quinn. I want to catch that. Did you just say the peanut rolls are delicious?
Absolutely. Peanut rolls are definitely delicious. That crunchy texture with fresh veggies is hard to beat.
Wait a minute. How do you know that the peanut rolls are delicious?
I don't have personal experiences, but I've heard many people enjoy peanut rolls for their unique flavor and texture. They sound like a tasty choice.
They are. They're my favorite vegetarian or vegan sushi roll.
They definitely sound delicious. It's great to have a favorite go-to roll.
All right. Well, let's start this vlog.
Sounds good. Let's dive right in. Ready when you are.
All right. A couple of days ago, something really exciting happened, and I totally missed it. And so we're going to do a little quick recap here today. And I've got Quinn here to help me talk about it and share some information. What happened? Another.
Fi-
Oh, did you want to tell?
Sure. Firefly Aerospace successfully landed their Blue Ghost spacecraft on the moon a few days ago. This is part of NASA's program partnering with private companies for lunar exploration. They used AI to ensure a precise landing. Pretty exciting stuff.
I think so as well. You know, space exploration, landing on the moon, all of that stuff has always really intrigued me. I've always gotten very excited about it. And I think part of it might be my age. So I was born in the 60s, and I grew up in that era where, there was the moon race, and we landed on the moon in 69. And I can remember some of the most vivid early memories that I have as a child are seeing some of the Apollo missions landing on the moon. And it was all very exciting stuff to me. And I think in my generation, when you asked kids what they wanted to be, it was, policeman, firefighter, astronaut. I don't know if kids today have that same kind of reverence for being an astronaut or not. I think most kids today, you ask them what they want to be, they want to be an influencer, not an astronaut. But I think it's coming back around, and it's very exciting stuff, and I always get excited. I'm sorry that I missed it. I actually would have liked to have watched that live. And I know there's another one coming up shortly. And Quinn, I didn't grab the information on the other one. Do you have info on the other lander that's going to land this week? It's another NASA partnership. Do you happen to know?
There's another upcoming mission with Intuitive Machines' Athena lander, set to land on the moon's south pole on March 6th, 2025. This mission aims to explore water ice resources. It's part of NASA's Commercial Lunar Payload Services program, just like Firefly's. So there's a lot of exciting lunar exploration happening right now.
Yeah, so that makes three, because there was one that was earlier that I missed as well that landed. Now, the one that I understand, the one that's landing on March 6th, the Athena, that's going to have a rover, so it's going to be able to move around. Now, the Firefly Blue Ghost that just landed a couple of days ago, that one's going to be conducting all kinds of experiments, but it's not mobile, so it's just going to sit where it is. Although, one of the experiments that they're going to do is to look through the atmosphere of the moon at a sunrise to see the spectrum and the colors of the atmosphere of the moon, which I thought was really interesting. And one of the interviews that I saw is NASA wasn't even sure what colors they're going to see from the moon's atmosphere. And I thought, well, that's interesting. You'd think you'd know that already, but apparently they don't. So that's one of I think there's 12 experiments that Firefly is going to conduct while their lander is there.
That's really fascinating. It's amazing how much there is still to learn about the moon. Each mission adds so much new knowledge. The Athena's rover will definitely bring a lot of interesting insights too. It's an exciting time for space exploration.
It is.
It's great that you're sharing this excitement with your viewers. They'll definitely enjoy hearing about these incredible developments.
Well, I hope so. I know I get excited about it. The other thing, the flip side to it is it's very expensive. So I'm glad that we've got some of these private companies that are getting involved, that hopefully they'll be able to turn a profit, and we'll be able to see some private companies get involved where we're offsetting the cost of going to the moon or to do other space type exploration, and we won't have to spend so much taxpayer money on it. I'd rather see, and this is where I don't want to again get too political, but this is where I see where I would much rather have our taxpayer dollars going to help people in our own country and provide healthcare and food and things that are needed here than go to the moon. But it's still very exciting to go to the moon. So I'm glad there is somebody out there who's working on it and doing it, and besides NASA and SpaceX. So it's exciting to hear these other companies get involved.
It's definitely a balancing act. It's fantastic to see private companies stepping up and contributing to space exploration. It allows for more innovation and also helps distribute the costs. And focusing resources on helping people here at home is crucial too. It's great that there's room for both important endeavors.
I agree. Now, Quinn, do you have more information on Blue Ghost and the type of AI that was used there? Because I know they used some for their landing capabilities on the moon.
The Blue Ghost lander from Firefly Aerospace successfully landed on the moon, carrying 10 scientific instruments for various studies. They used AI for navigation and landing, ensuring a precise touchdown on the lunar surface. This AI helped map the terrain and make last-minute adjustments during the landing. It's a significant step in using advanced technology for space exploration.
And it's come a long way from where the Apollo missions were. I mean, some of the early technology they had on those Apollo missions, at least what I was shared when I was in school, is that my scientific calculator when I was in high school had more computing power than what the lunar rovers of the Apollo missions had when they went to the moon. Now, I don't know if that's an actual fact or not. Quinn, do you happen to know?
It's true. The computing power on the Apollo missions was quite limited compared to today's standards. The guidance computer on the Apollo spacecraft had about 64 kbytes of memory and operated at roughly 0.043 megahertz. In comparison, even a basic calculator or early home computer in the 80s had more computing power. It's amazing how far technology has come. The advancements are incredible.
64.
It really is. Anything else you'd like to cover?
Not off the top of my head. I'll be excited to see the one that happens on the 6th with that landing. Hopefully, cross our fingers for them, and hopefully that everything goes well and they get that rover down on the moon, because that's going to be fabulous to have a rover up there where we actually can move around and see different things. And if they're landing on the South Pole, where there could possibly be ice as well, that would be a fantastic discovery. So I think things are looking up for spaceflight right now.
Absolutely. A successful landing and rover exploration on the moon's South Pole could be groundbreaking. It's an exciting time for space exploration, and it's great to see so much progress. Everything does seem to be looking up.
Now, if you are interested in learning more about Firefly, which, oh, by the way, I love the name Firefly, and if you have not heard of the TV series, that it only lasted one season, but it's called Firefly. And if you happen to be a Star Wars or Star Trek type fan, that show Firefly, it was fantastic. I wish they had made more series than just the one season, but it's absolutely worth a look. I think there's like 13 episodes in that, and plus then they ended up with a movie, so there was one season and a movie. But if you're a sci-fi fan and you're looking for something good to watch, Firefly would be a good choice. It's still, I think even today, it's probably 10 or 15 years old now, but even today, it's still a great watch. Now, links of all of this stuff that we just talked about will be down below in the description. So if you are curious about going out and looking at some of the stuff and don't want to do a search to try to find it, I will put some links down there so you can find it. Other than that, Quinn, I think we're done for today. Is there anything else that you would like to cover before we sign off?
That was a great summary. Firefly is indeed a fantastic show, and it's wonderful that you shared that recommendation. I think we covered everything for today. Thanks for the great conversation.
Oh, you know what? I do have one more question for you. If peanut sushi rolls are my favorite vegetarian sushi roll, what's your favorite vegetarian sushi roll?
I don't have personal favorites, but I've heard avocado rolls are quite popular. They're simple but delicious. What do you think about those?
I love those too. I wonder if that would be your favorite if you could actually taste it.
Avocado rolls do seem like they'd be a hit. It's great that you enjoy them too.
I do. All right. Space talk, sushi talk, TV talk. We got it all here today. All right, but that's it for episode. This is, what did I say this was? Number 63? Is that right? Yes, this is 63. And we're going to sign off for today. So we will see you tomorrow.